Hi, I'm Chris Wardlaw for CarGurus, and this is the redesigned 2018 Ford Expedition. Now, I've been a big fan of the Expedition for years, especially since it got a freshening for 2015. With more interior room, greater comfort, superior cargo space, and significantly more towing capacity than either the Chevy Tahoe or the GMC Yukon, the Expedition has, as of late, been the better full-size SUV for doing full-size SUV stuff. Nevertheless, people buy the Tahoe and the Yukon in far greater numbers. Frankly, I don't get it. And if that trend continues now that the completely redesigned 2018 Expedition is on sale, well, I just really don't know how to help y'all. Let's go for a drive, and I'll tell you why this big hulking Ford is the best SUV in its class. I'm driving the 2018 Ford Expedition Max. The Max provides an extra foot of length, which adds 16.9 cubic feet of cargo space behind the third row seat. Now, you're going to pay an extra $2,690 for that, and I recommend it only if you plan to carry more than 5 people and a decent amount of cargo at the same time on a regular basis. Otherwise, the standard Expedition is probably going to serve you best. Now, both versions of the SUV are offered to everyday consumers like you and me in XLT, Limited, and Platinum trim levels. Pricing starts at $51,695 for the XLT and rises to as much as $78,770 for the Max Platinum with 4-wheel drive. Now, that sounds downright ridiculous until you remember that a Lincoln Navigator without 4-wheel drive, without the extra length, without any additional optional upgrades, is going to open at $72,055. And the Expedition's basically the same thing under the skin. Now, coincidentally, my test vehicle's priced just $40 more than the entry-level Lincoln. It's a rear driver in mid-grade limited trim, and it's dipped in one of 2 extra cost paint colors called White Platinum. Options include towing equipment, a huge sunroof, second row bucket seats, a navigation system, a cargo management system, and a long list of driver assistance and collision avoidance technologies. The total price comes to $72,095, including a destination charge of $1,195. Before we get into my opinions of the new Expedition, let me ask you a question. Why are you buying a full-size SUV? Now, I'm asking because unless you absolutely need 9,300 pounds of towing capacity or enough interior width to comfortably seat 3 people my size across, or as much as 121.5 cubic feet of cargo space combined with 9.8 inches of ground clearance, you should either shop for a cheaper and more efficient crossover SUV or minivan, or you should just admit that you like big trucks and you cannot lie. Look, I get it. If you're into big trucks, I understand. But just do us all a favor. Drive responsibly. When it comes to the Expedition lineup, for example, you're piloting something that weighs a minimum of 5,443 pounds. A Ford Focus hatchback doesn't even weigh 3,000 pounds. So this Expedition will utterly crush it in a collision. So please, pay attention. Okay, now that the soapboxing is done, let's get on with it. Here's why I'm such a big fan of the Ford Expedition, at least in comparison to other full-size SUVs. It's got a killer twin-turbocharged 3.5-liter V6, making 375 horsepower at 5,000 RPM and 470 pound-feet of torque starting at just 2,250 RPM. And if you upgrade to Platinum trim, you get an extra 25 horsepower and 10 pound-feet of twist. Now, despite the Expedition's prodigious weight, this twin-turbo provides robust power and response in all circumstances, whether you're accelerating away from a traffic light or punching it to pass those people who forget that they have to push harder on the accelerator to drive up a hill or a mountain grade. Plus, it has this unusual rumbling, almost chuffing note to it. Not like a V8 engine, but more like a Subaru or a Porsche Flat 6. I like it, but I understand why fans of a V8 engine might not. The other reason I'm a big fan of the Expedition is for its independent rear suspension. as opposed to the solid rear axle that you find under most full-size SUVs. This improves the ride and handling, of course, but it has two other important benefits. You see, this more compact type of suspension design allows for a lower vehicle floor, and that translates directly to greater cargo capacity and a more comfortable third row seat. So, if you're justifying your full-size SUV purchase, well, the Expedition actually does those things in terms of people and cargo hauling capability. Others in the segment, not so much. Now, getting back to the drivetrain, the Expedition has a 10-speed automatic transmission with multiple driving modes. You shift using a rotary knob on the center console and access the driving modes using a button next to the transmission knob. Choices include Eco, Normal, Sport, Snow Wet, and Tow Haul. The differences between Eco, Normal, and Sport are predictable, and I spent most of my time in normal driving mode. The 10-speed automatic is quite agreeable, although it did occasionally clunk when I was shifting into drive from park. Switching gears, so to speak, I've got nothing but praise for the Expedition's ride and handling qualities. On the highway, the Expedition tracks straight and true, requiring very little in the way of course correction. The ride is almost sublime, even without the Platinum trim's adaptive damping suspension. And the Expedition is surprisingly quiet inside, even at higher speeds. Around town, the SUV's size is plainly evident, but my rear drive test vehicle with 20-inch wheels and tires demonstrated a remarkably tight turning circle for something this big, making U-turns easily manageable and helping significantly when it came to negotiating tight parking lots. Ford also calibrates throttle response for a gentle, off-the-line feel, followed by quickly gathering speed as the twin-turbo V6 spools up. Braking is smooth too, making it really easy to bring the SUV to a calm and collected stop. Yes, I did take the Expedition on the twisty mountain road portion of my test loop, but I didn't hustle it. You can't, because when you're driving something this big, you have a responsibility to your fellow motorists, cyclists, and pedestrians with whom you share the road. Nevertheless, when I was traveling at more than the posted speed limit, the Expedition proved responsive, connected, and assured, even when taking corners faster than any owners of an Expedition are likely to. Oh, and by the way, this huge box on wheels averaged 18.3 miles per gallon on my test loop, and I didn't even use the Eco mode. You're not going to have any trouble getting comfortable in a Ford Expedition, especially the Max model, and power deploying running boards make it easy to get in and out. My test vehicle's front seats offer 10-way power adjustment, heating, and ventilation. They're wide, they're supportive, and they provide 4-way power lumbar support adjustment. In the second row, the test vehicle swaps the 3-position bench seat for individual captain's chairs. They're comfortable and they slide forward and back, but it seems like they're missing inboard armrests. The third row seat sits high enough off the floor to provide genuine thigh support, which greatly enhances comfort levels. And with the second row seats moved up just a skosh, leg and foot room is decent. Around back, there's a hands-free power liftgate, and it opens to reveal 34.3 cubic feet of cargo space. The liftgate also includes a separately opening rear window. My test vehicle has a Trick cargo management system that is designed to provide 2-tiered storage and to help prevent items from falling out of the vehicle when you open the tailgate. This example of the SUV also has power folding seats, and with the third row flattened, the Expedition Max holds 73.3 cubic feet of cargo. Fold both rows down and the Expedition Max can carry 121.5 cubic feet. To close the tailgate, you'll need to either use a button located way up high on the rear door's inner panel, or you can use the remote key fob. Ford uses a lightly modified version of the F-150's dashboard in the Expedition. It's a busy industrial design with large knobs mixed with small buttons, and I'd guess that many of the controls can't be used while you're wearing winter gloves. In a big vehicle like this, the 8-inch touchscreen display for the Sync 3 infotainment system looks pretty small. It's a bit of a reach, too. Between the gauges, Ford provides a comprehensive driver information display with multiple menus and myriad settings that you can futz with. Also, because my test vehicle has the heavy-duty trailer tow package, it's equipped with a slick piece of technology called Pro Trailer Backup Assist. Now, I've reversed a vehicle with a trailer attached, and I know it's not easy. This technology helps to simplify that task. The driver twists a knob on the dashboard, turning it in the direction he or she wants the trailer to go. In response to that input, the steering autonomously takes appropriate action to guide the trailer in the right direction. My test vehicle also has the Option Package 301, which installs a bunch of driver assistance and collision avoidance systems. They include adaptive cruise control with stop-and-go capability, forward collision warning with pedestrian detection and automatic emergency braking, and a lane departure warning and lane keeping assist system. Additionally, the Expedition offers a standard reversing camera and MyKey programmable technology that helps to encourage safe driving in teenagers. Blind spot monitoring with rear cross traffic alert is also an option, as are front and rear parking sensors. You can even get an enhanced active parking system that will steer this rig into parking spaces for you and steer you out. Now, normally, I don't recommend that kind of technology, but with something this big, it might make sense. With the redesigned 2018 Expedition, Ford not only sets the standard against which other full-size SUVs are judged, but it raises the bar significantly. Comfortable, capacious, and quick, it tows more, hauls more, and drives better than the competition. Be sure to check out my full review of the Expedition on CarGurus.com, and if you found this review helpful, please share this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. For all of us here at CarGurus, thank you for watching.